Welcome back, or welcome to the channel. Years ago, when we were still working class, we used to talk about, let's go to Ushuaia, see what it's like. Everyone else sails there, we can do it. But then in South Africa, we got a bit of a bug for the motorcycling thing, especially off-road. So we began to think, how can we combine the two? And there was a way, combining bikes, boats and ferries. So we thought we'd head down to Patagonia to have a look. This is what we found. Hope you enjoy it.
He tells me he's working. This is him drying the spinnaker on the deck, on the trampoline. Work. It's a hard life, this, putting the boat away.
So while everyone's taking their boat out the boatyard and into the water, we're going the other way. We were going for Toronto.
And welcome to Santiago.
Thank you very much. While we were going through the agonies of buying a bike, we had a time for a quick look round before saddling up and heading south to look at what the sailing conditions would be like. The plan was we were down here for 3 months, so we loaded up the bike, filled up all the panniers, filled up bags, tied them to the top of the panniers, went to get on the bike, and it fell over.
2 days later, second attempt. You'll notice we're down one bag. We got rid of all the camping equipment and we've tried to make the bike lighter. And it's had its bearings changed. So we've been in this hotel for 13 nights. It's about time we set off on our big adventure.
So the grand plan was to head up over the Andes, heading for Uspallata, down to Zapala, on to San Martin de los Andes in the Lakes region, off to Portimont, and then we were going to catch a ferry. This is where we're going to look at the sailing conditions. Catch a ferry down to sunny Porto Natalis. So, having shed a few kilos, we rode about 80 kilometres to Los Andes to find the fork seals had blown, and also find that the 6-month warranty, written in Spanish, did not apply to suspension. So a couple of million pesos later, we made it up the switchbacks and up to the crossing between Chile and Argentina. Quite a nice ride.
Cabanas y Hostel de Montana. This was our stop for the night. Our friendly hosts and their lovely cabin and our fully laden bike.
And counting her pocket money. And I think this is the Big Muddy. About halfway from Patagonia to Malargay. The Andes petering out in the distance. A bit like us actually. We were on Route 40, Ruta 40, which finally gave out from tar to gravel. And that was the start of the first 100k or so. In the middle of this volcanic desert, not a drop of water. And then look, a raging torrent. I could run that.
Look at their saddles. They're all fabric.
3 months of getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning to do my Babel Spanish classes, and hola was all I could manage. Disaster. Most of Route 40 down here has been tarmacked, so this was the last bit of gravel. Last bit of off-road, and what put paid to our motorcycling plans, at least for a while. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law are on a cruise from Los Angeles to Miami via the canal. We, on the other hand, we are staying in what might once have been a prison barracks, but more likely the accommodation for the local miners. Another fine choice. And look, here's one of the inmates.
Dusty inmate.
Dusty. Oh, it's got a bed and air conditioning. That will do. The classic motorcycling routes, which we had been studying on YouTube in the long dark nights, really didn't start for about 1,000 kilometres south of Santiago. So we didn't see many people in the first few days, that's for sure.
To see inside every box at the border coming into Chile.
Once we got through customs and immigration, we were off again into the lakes region, getting closer to our goal of Puerto Montt. As we drove through the lakes, we saw these guys, they deserved a medal, but we started to see all these dead trees, starting to wonder what it was all about. And as you'll hear at the end, Raúl will tell us. By this time we'd been on the bike for a few days and we were beginning to have bike-related problems. Our fuel ejection system had got a bit screwed up, so it wasn't looking great, and by the time we got to Puerto Montt, our biking days were over, at least for a few weeks. Which was all a bit ironic, because it was actually the beginning of the road. But the plan all along had been to take the ferry, not that one, this one, the Navamag ferry, down the windy coastline, all the way far south to Puerto Natales. That's another video. So the bike is in Raúl's care. We are getting the ferry down to Porto Natalis. Thanks for watching. Come back and see how we get on and whether really this is saleable down here in a fancy pants catamaran. Thanks for watching.